guess. Welcome back, Troll Feeders. I'm Nora and this is Feed the Trolls. Kinda. This is the first time I've tried recording a mobile game, in all honesty. I'm using a emulator as an emulator for Android because my phone does not have a whole lot of space on it for recording, so I'm just doing on this. Anyways, the game I'm playing is called Monster, and it's pretty good actually. I first heard about this from the internet, obviously. But yeah, I heard about it from there, and I heard it was then sometime after that, I heard it was based on a manga. So I went ahead, read the manga, which the manga is actually really good. It's about a guy who gets murdered in his world, which is like a science fiction type world. Keep that in mind. No, excuse me, sorry. Anyways, and he gets reincarnated in a fantasy world as a goblin. So, yeah. Anyways, and apparently in his original world, he was like this Esper, which is what the manga refers to, a person with supernatural abilities, and his ability was to acquire other abilities by eating things, whether it was objects, animals, creatures, or people with abilities. He could acquire their abilities by committing cannibalism. But yeah, that's kind of the gruesome part about it. But anyways, besides all that, so yeah, he gets reincarnated as a goblin, and basically pretty much from the moment he's able to stand, he decides that, and as he sees how all the other goblins are like very, very weak, and he spent his first entire day finding out what his body's limits were, and he determined that he was very weak. So he spends the entire time trying to get stronger and acquire new abilities, because the only ability he was able to carry with him into this new world was the ability to absorb abilities. So yeah, and that's basically what this game is about too, only that instead of you playing as the main character from the manga, you exist as a very different character who just happens to have the same ability. Which is interesting, because the story actually does mention the main character from the manga a few times, and you actually see some of the characters, which, if you don't like spoilers for manga and stuff, you may want to avoid this game, because there's actually some character spoilage in this game. I was not aware of it, but I don't give a fuck about spoilers most of the time. There are a few games I don't want to know the spoilers to, like Prey, for example. But, yeah, anyways, I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to, drag this. But yeah, this is my current party right here. I actually got pretty lucky to get a Spell-Lord, really early on. It was during the tutorial that I got her, and she's actually one of my better characters. So yeah, anyways, these are, anyways, pretty much at this point, I haven't really gotten that far. I'm still technically in the beginning of the game. I'm actually on the second chapter of the game. Now, granted, I'm not gonna start a whole new profile to go through the entire story with you guys, because I just don't feel like doing that. So I'm actually going to, first things first, I'm going to check my item box, because I got something out of the cash shop. Granted, I did not spend any cash on this. The game is free to download, and it does have free-to-play elements. If you know what free-to-play elements are, that means that commonly there's a cash shop. But in this game, a lot like with a lot of games like this that I've played that have a cash shop is completely optional. There's actually alternative ways to get what you want in the game, but first you gotta get what you don't want in the game in order to get the ones that you want. Yeah. Anyways, as you can see, the game has a very chibi art style here. Granted, it was not like that in the manga, granted, but this is a game based on the manga, not the manga itself. So, anyways, right here I got 820 friend points. I was thinking of saving up 2,000 so that I could get a 10 draw of this, because I'm trying to get duplicates. And I'm trying to get duplicates of these three characters, which are three characters you start out with in the game. So I've never seen these three characters though. I get a lot of these guys though. A lot of the gold turtle snakes. So yeah. But yeah, anyways, pretty much the reason why I'm trying to get duplicates of these is because you want duplicates in this game. You really do, because there's multiple reasons. One, you can gain new abilities if you eat them, or in the case in the purpose of what I'm wanting to use them for, is you use them to enhance themselves. And when you do that, you can max out. You can increase their max level. I've already done this with some animals because animals were like really easy to get. So yeah, pretty much like. Well, first I'm gonna go ahead and do this because I don't feel patient enough to wait. There was a war that went on, but I didn't have a whole lot of characters to really. I didn't have a whole lot of units to participate in the war very well. So that was very boring for me. Like if I had more characters, obviously, and more units to work with, then obviously I would have done better. Ooh. That was a surprise. I actually got a new elf. That's awesome. He's new though. He's not a duplicate, so that part kind of sucks. Oh, what joy! I got an orc. It's something I never understood. Why is it that an orc in like a lot of games they're pig people essentially? It's like, huh? I guess I'm just used to seeing orcs that are orcs that look more like goblins or whatever, like from Lord of the Rings. You got the goblins, and they got the orcs, and they got the Uriks. I'm used to seeing that type of stuff. So whenever I see an orc that looks like a pig type creature, I'm all like, really? I don't know. It's like I haven't looked up any like folklore on orcs, so I don't know how accurate that is. But still, and it's got a new elf character, so that's pretty cool in my opinion. Mad Mamba. Wait, when did I have a Mad Mamba before? That wasn't labeled as new. Let's see, what kind of abilities will I get from these guys? Although, technically, since I spent a lot of time eating units before the war started, and thus I didn't have very many to really effectively play. So, yeah. Pretty much, I'm just going to receive these guys. I'm not going to eat them. Yeah, receive history, yep. I'm going to need a much bigger barracks at this point. So, you know what that means? Farming. Time to farm. Oh yeah, over here's like the resources. Like I got 37 out of 70 units. It's not too bad, but not too long ago I only had like 20, so it's actually quite a leap from where I was. Oh, that reminds me, I should probably show you guys my my unit list, because I had a very pleasant surprise today. And it's basically a big FU to all the people who play these types of games, and they're all like, you can never get the best characters in the game if you play the game for free. Well, look at all of these guys. These are all gold turtle snakes. I got 4 freaking legendary legendaries. 4. I did not spend a dime on these. I don't know how I got these. Like, it said something about this event that was going on. I guess I did well in a weekly event, so that was my reward. But even then, it's like, even then. Wait a second here. Okay, anyways, this gold turtle snake right here, I'm assuming you can see my cursor. I have it to where you're supposed to be able to see my cursor, but anyways. Let's see, gold turtle snake, okay, S rare. Remember that. Look at the base. The base is kind of a purplish with platinum color. And then look at this one. Okay, I read that wrong. I feel like a dumbass, but this is an SS rare and that's an S rare. I honestly thought S rare was as high as it goes, but no, it can go all the way up to legendary, which is really, really cool because, well, it's actually kind of a disappointment for me now because, like, what I did was with this one, I had actually enhanced them with other gold turtle snakes to get them up to be able to max out at level 100. Level 100 is the max level in this, and it functions much like the manga. Once you reach once you reach level 100, you can evolve into a higher creature. and that's actually kind of what you want to do with a lot of these. But the problem is, with your units, with any unit but your character unit, because this game has it markets itself as a tower defense style game, which it actually is, because you got to keep your character alive. Your character cannot defend himself whatsoever, so you got to keep your character alive with units. Unfortunately, this game also kind of like stabs itself in the foot, because you're actually very limited on your hunting parties, because basically your hunting parties, hunting is how you gain additional resources and XP outside of wars. So yeah, anyways, let's see here. But yeah, anyways, 4 legendaries gold turtle snake. That's a surprise to me. I have no idea why this one's carrying like 2 other ones on its back, though. That's really weird. I've never seen that. Oh, well, I should probably just get to the gameplay, otherwise it's going to be way too long. So yeah, I guess I can just like start from the ground up and work my way up, because much like with many games of this type, this is 3 days remaining. This must be a weekly event. Or one of the weekly events, anyways. There's also this. Some people say you can't get on this for unless it's like at noon or at midnight for some weird reason. But anyways, I'd have to say no, that's not the case, because technically I've done this quite a few times outside of that. So it's actually 2:32 p.m. right now. So I don't know what to tell you on that one. I could do this, but these are actually pretty hard. I would imagine this is too. Although, granted, the first stage on these is actually considered very easy. Newbie, beginner, intermediate. Well, I still consider myself a newbie at this, considering that I got a lot of characters that haven't leveled up. Oh, I can choose. Another thing I forgot to mention is that you can choose a friend unit. So basically, your hunting parties. The reason why I said that they were limited is because 1, every party has to have your character. Has to have your character. 2, every party has to have a friend slot. And for this part of the game, to be honest, I got a decent amount of friends on here actually. But yeah, anyways, as you can also probably see, when you choose a friend to help you out on a hunt or event or whatever, whenever that's an available feature, you get points. You get 10 points for your actual friends, and then you get 5 points for complete strangers. I've been playing this for a little while now, so yeah, I have quite a variety of strong friends. The reason why is because I got myself my leader. My leader unit happens to be decently strong. So I got a lot of people when I assigned her. When I assigned my spell lord as my leader, which she's right there. Anyways, when I did that, I got a whole bunch of friend requests because she's a actually decently rare character and is decently powerful on top of that. Anyways, these are my current active abilities, I guess you could call them that, because technically those are the abilities I'm able to use. You do get like passive abilities, but there's also ability categories, which the game doesn't really explain a lot of this to you, but okay. I'm not gonna read this, so just like go ahead and feel free to read it yourself if you want. I might just skip it though. You can pause it if you want. Okay. Okay, luckily that wasn't too long, so if you want pause it and all that, you can. At least I hope it's not too long. Oh, great. It's Gramps. The Dirty Perv Goblin. I wish that was his actual name. It would make a lot of sense, but nope. Okay then. By the way, that was one of the characters from the manga, just so you know. Let's see, Also, this character that we're looking at right now, her name's Iconiq. Weird part is that she was not in the actual, she wasn't in the manga. In fact, she's not even a goblin. I don't know what she's supposed to be, and they really haven't mentioned what she is, but she's basically the guide character. A lot of games like this always have a guide character, and Iconiq happens to be the one for this game. But yeah, I think that's supposed to be a goblin mask, to be honest. All I know is that she was like your caretaker, I guess, technically, and then she like teaches you about the world and all that. So, but yeah, she's not in the manga, at least not that I've seen. Like, she might show up later on, because like the manga in Japan is like at least 5 years or so ahead of the manga in the manga in the US and in the USA, and that's another reason why I said this game has character spoilers, because the English version of the manga is not at the point where it is not at the point where it is in this game. So yeah, this game isn't really centered around those characters. They just kind of show up, really, But yeah, if you don't want a particular spoiler, it's like a character spoiler, character development type spoiler, I would advise staying away from this game, because that will happen. But if you don't care about that stuff, then feel free. It's a good game. It's kind of difficult, but it's decently good. But yeah, you want to keep your a good like strategy, and this is to keep your character in the middle of everything at all times. So, yeah. I'll probably just skip past these loading screens, unless I've already said something that's useful. Oh shit. Okay. Anyways, in case you're wondering why I move my characters around like this, it's pretty simple. Basically, the characters will have different and your units will have different capabilities depending on where they're standing. Granted, this one, the goblin girl with the freaking horn sword, she's actually good no matter where you place her. She's fine no matter where you place her, because she only stabs things. The wizard is the mage over here, the goblin mage. Anyways, he, on the other hand, he's best in the middle or in the back, because when he's up in the red, which is the vanguard, he uses his staff to hit things, and it's not very effective. While he uses spells in the middle or the back, in his middle or back. So you want him to be either in the middle or the back at all times. Goblin girl on the top, and the top part here, yeah, she's a saboteur. Basically, the game isn't called them saboteurs. That's just why I'm calling it, because I've been playing too much Final Fantasy 13, to be honest. Not recently, though. That's kind of the weird part, but that's the easiest thing to really refer to her as. Oh, shit. Oh boy, I did this wrong. Great. Okay, let's actually move her up here. Yep. Iconiq making mistakes since ever. Oh yeah, another thing, I can put my spell lord anywhere as well, and she'll still cast spells. So that doesn't really matter where you put her at that point. I will say that I do not recommend emulating this game like I am. I'm using an Android emulator, but I would not recommend doing that because it's actually a lot harder to play. Also, I can just drag these skills out. That's actually not an advantage, really, because I could actually do this a lot faster if I was using an actual Android device. Ah, jeez, they switched it around on me again. Curses. But yeah, that's pretty much how this game keeps you on your toes, really. Oh shit, no. There's my character right there. Okay. Oof. Oh, damn it. See what I mean when I say that this game is actually a lot harder on an emulator than it is on a phone. The more you know. The safer you'll probably be in this game. Okay. Yeah, my mage is getting beat up there. I'll just use a couple skills here. Okay. But yeah, anyways, pretty much how you gain more skills for your skill wheel here. This isn't even like maxed out yet. These are just the ones I happen to have that I can really use, unfortunately. Well, it's unfortunate because it's like really hard to actually come across new skills after a while. And that's pretty much because a lot of skills are actually shared between different types of units. Like all beast characters will have the same type of category, and there'll only be like a few skills in that category that you can really use. Okay, I'm actually gonna move you there, move you right there. There we go. That way, the girl goblin can defend the mage because he's actually starting to lose health. And well, this is the 4th wave, but there's a lot more enemies. It's also going to be the toughest wave so far. Granted, this was a newbie difficulty, so okay, let's buff my guys up real quick. So yeah, anyways, when you got buffs that affect multiple squares, I'd recommend doing it from your character first, and then go around and buff up the others and individually. It has a lot less risk, and you can spread it out a lot better that way. Okay, that guy's paralyzed. This is was that acid? I think that was. Yeah, that was acid spray. Yeah, the purple skills right here are basically saboteur skills. I'm basically utilizing my abilities in the best way that I can think of, which is on the top part is offensive abilities, which are red, and then middle are buffs, which are blue, and the purple ones are saboteur skills, which, if I feel it necessary, I can like paralyze an enemy, which makes them unable to use their special skills for a while. And some of them actually, like some of them which have multiple square radius, are really, really good. They can really easily turn the tide of a battle. Okay, I'm gonna hit you there. There we go, you're dead. Get rid of the slime. Poison this guy. And he's down too. Nice. But yeah, this is a newbie one. It gets a lot harder as time goes on, but granted, most enemies are not trying to kill you with 20 with 20 units at a time. Not every single, that doesn't always happen. So yeah, anyway, so I was thinking about doing some live streams of this, but I'm not entirely sure yet. And as you can see, some of my characters are maxed at 50. That's because I don't have any duplicates of these characters to get them up to level 100. Your character can go up to level 100, no matter what, but your other units are only half of the maximum at first, and you need to enhance them with two other of the same unit. So that becomes kind of a pain after a while, because you got to do that with every unit. I don't know if it carries over if they evolve or not, but I haven't gotten one up to its evolution state yet, so I can't really say yeah it's like that, or no, it doesn't work like that. I don't know. Okay. Okay. But yeah, the reason why I'm not gonna read this is because a lot of people won't, when it comes to stuff like this, anyways, they expect a a lot of times I expect a person to do voice impressions and all that, which I can't do a female voice. Sorry, I just can't. At least I don't know how to anyways, and if I tried to, it'd probably suck. So it's all, you know, so it's, at that point it's like, you know what, there's no voice acting now, I'm not gonna try it. Nope. But yeah, which is why I'm giving enough time in between for you to be able to pause it, read it if you want, or you can just go through it at the same pace that I'm going through. It doesn't matter. Literally, the story elements really don't impact the gameplay at all. It's just like, it's an explanation really of why you're there at this particular thing. But in the end, you're just gonna have to defeat a swarm of monsters in the end. So there's chapter 2 right there. Okay, for a while there, the chapter 2 was like disappearing on me. I don't know why. I could have swore I completed the side story though. Amazon, man, these are side stories. Pretty sure I completed that. Oh, and looks like got some gold bonus. This one cost me half stamina. That's interesting. Huh. Okay, well, I did say I might start from the bottom and work my way up. I might as well at this point. Give me some more, that character is a Blood Lord, so that's going to be interesting. Or is that a half Blood Lord? It's really hard to tell. Anyways, if you know anything about the manga, you know what a half Lord is anyway, so shouldn't need to explain that. And if not, then I would suggest reading the manga. It's pretty good. So I'll probably do like a couple of these before I upload that. That reminds me, the reason why I'm doing this to begin with is because Steam isn't working right now, so I can't really do a Steam game. At least it's not working for me. It's not working for a decent amount of other people. Something's gone wrong with an update or something. I don't know. I've been literally looking for a solution the past few days. I can't find one. Technically, I don't need to use my abilities here because these characters are strong enough to handle whatever and just handle whatever in the entire chapter 1. So there's no point in wasting these, but there's no point in not using them either. So I won't use any of this wave, and you'll see what I mean. Jeez, one problem about is I actually had to use my display capture in order to like do this, and in order to record this. I don't know why it wasn't working before, but yeah, whenever I did a game capture or window capture, a windshow was on the screen. So yeah, so I had to do it. I do it this way, which also means that anything that pops up on my display at all is going to get shown, so that's kind of the part that sucks. And voila, easy peasy. At least this is, but these are also amped up characters, so... Well, kind of amped up. They're not like majorly amped up, but they're not like incredibly weak either. I do need to get these guys out of the cash shop though. Really soon. Like, got a couple of rabbits. Yeah. This is actually pretty good timing to be getting some horned rabbits, actually, because horned rabbits are actually pretty damn common to get. So yeah, I don't know how much of this will show, in all honesty, but I don't know. I guess it depends. I guess it kind of depends on how long it takes me to beat stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and like show the enhanced part on here. Okay, I already have a horned rabbit that's ready to base. That's just waiting to go up and to get to level 100. So, I feel stupid. yeah, I forgot that I needed to go to my item box to retrieve them. So there's a mission there that I completed. Okay, unit drop should be whoever's here. Yep. So I receive. Yes, I want to receive them. Don't want to eat them. I already have all the skills that those can give me anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, anyways, pretty much the more rare and more powerful something is, the more gold it's going to take to enhance. So that's something to keep in mind. Take a look at the mission thing, find out what kind of mission I had completed. Oh, it was a daily mission. Okay, then. Get 10 material pieces by drop. Oh, okay. No, delegation, I don't know what that means. I just know it's this one thing that you can do on some hunts and all that, so yeah. Oy. Excuse me again. I don't know why I'm burping a lot lately. Well, today. I just now realized that the cave on the home screen is actually looking out towards a beach. That's weird. Usually it's looking inwards towards a cave, towards the rest of the cave. So that's interesting. I didn't notice that. How long was that there from when I started? Huh. No units. It's the item. Okay, so let's see here. Village. Yeah, anyways, pretty much before I started recording this, I noticed that practically only one other YouTuber is doing videos on this, and if you ever get stumped on something, you should actually look into his videos. He actually has quite a few, and it's not difficult to find. You can just type in Remonster, and he's the first thing that comes up. Unfortunately, as far as I was aware, he didn't specifically say how you can increase the max level of a unit. So that kind of stumped me. So I went into the help option on here to find out what it was. So luckily for me, it was translated to English. This game actually is still in progress as far as translation goes. There's still a lot here, as you can see, at least enough to where you can play the game without being hindered by not being able to read it. So you can enhance something with as a unit with either on other units, obviously, and that's pretty much how you get that, as get things from as increase from the level. Okay, that's the level 100. Well, not level 100, but can get to level 100, and I get the feeling that this rabbit is probably going to be the first creature that I actually evolve, because I haven't decided what I want my character to be necessarily. There's a lot of options for evolution right off the bat, practically. So I haven't really decided what I want my character to evolve into. And technically, you have to pay some sort of price for devolving your character, which means going back a step. So I don't know what that price is. So I figure it's okay, until I decide what I want my character to evolve into, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep my character as a goblin. He's level 100 right now, and I'll just focus on enhancing my units. Yeah. Anyways, another thing, once you evolve a character, you cannot evolve them back, which makes sense, to be honest. So, let's see, enhance, yep. So yeah, anyways, it's not gonna increase his max level, because the rabbit is already at its max level. Also, a lot of units have genders. Animal units do not have genders on this, but like the goblin units do, human units, elf units. They all have genders, which makes me wonder. It's like, is there some sort of breeding system in this game? Because I know in the manga, technically, that they did talk about stuff like that in the manga, but yeah, I don't know if that's a thing in this game or not. If it is, and I haven't seen it, although it's probably much further on into the game, to be honest. Okay, and I'm thinking I'm gonna enhance the. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. So yeah. Anyways, I'm thinking of enhancing it further by using some materials. I got a lot of materials. I am like bare hands. Bare hands. Okay, I should probably look into that. Okay, earth slimes and mucus. I should stay away from stuff like that because that's a specialized item and that can change your character's evolution route. So it's probably best to stay away from that for the time being. Starcore Vega. Oh yeah, that was from the last event that was going on. Photonic crystal stick. I don't know what that is. So dead meat. Oh, that's probably from. I think I know what that's from. Meat of an amethyst crocodile. Okay, I'm gonna need to consume that then. Ah, jeez. I still find this interesting that you can give meat to animals like rabbits and stuff. Oh, you know, let's have the rabbit commit cannibalism. That's gonna be funny. Because it says rabbit meat, and yes, that does come from the horned rabbits. So I got a lot of that. It's really not that difficult to come by. Okay, so let's see how much I can amp this thing up without spending too much gold. Well, I got a lot of gold, but I'm going to need a lot of gold for other things too, so I can't spend too much. I'm thinking that also shows, in case you didn't notice, but yeah, up here it shows what level it's going to be at after I'm done. Yeah, maybe I'll spend like 1,000 gold. That's the max I'll be willing to spend at the moment because I just want to increase this rabbit's XP as far as possible. Okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to settle for that much. Yeah, let's get an additional level from that. So yeah. So that's around pretty close to, actually, let's just use half there. It's not too much more. Anyways, half of what I got of the rabbit meat. Because if you don't sell stuff, well, anyways, I just recently got the mark, at least recently from the last time I played it, which was over a couple weeks ago, I think. So yeah, I'll probably leave this here. Really, and I showed 2 battles and then showing an enhancement system. I think that's good. Good for now, and it was good for one video at the very least. If you guys want me to do more, I'll do more. Or I might not. I might do more, or I might not do more. Regardless of what, if people want to see more or not, because. I really enjoy this game. It's pretty fun. But yeah, anyways, I have a few other animals here. I actually recently got the skeleton because I got to a stage where you could fight skeletons. That's also how I got the rock golem in this thing. I got her as a reward though. These two, I actually went through a stage that had the rock golems and whatever the heck this thing is. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name. But anyways, when I got those, like I think that was like my 3rd or 4th time running that particular hunt, and I ended up getting those out of pure luck. So yeah, you can get units from the cash shop, but you can also get them through, but you can also get them through hunts. Pretty much whenever you do a hunt, every time you defeat something, you have a chance of actually recruiting that into your army. Which is pretty good, but I'm gonna have to do some major training for all of my units because there's just so many, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with these 4 legendary gold turtle snakes. I do want to enhance at least one of them up to where they can get to level 100, but I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of these. I could do I might keep a few spares of these until I have more units later on in the game, because you need a lot of units to participate in wars, and I mean a lot. I'll go ahead and show you. I can access the menu, but there's no war going on, so I can't fight anything. So I can just show you how the party system works in the wars, which is, believe it or not, much different. Oh yeah, what was my? Let's see. This is my score from the last war. I haven't checked it since the last war until today, which was a decent amount of time ago. It was like the beginning of the month, practically. I think it ended like on the 12th, and I just forgot about it. Okay, affiliate powers, ranking, and reward. I didn't get any for that, really? Damn. So I only got 200 there. According to the results of Great War 13, I don't know how long this game has been in existence. I'm guessing long enough to have 13 Great Wars so far. You have gained the following title: 8 Demonic Great Generals Grade. I don't know why I did that with that weird accent. I don't even know what kind of accent that was. I was just going with it. Let's see. Let's see. This title will be in effect until the next Great War. Okay, so I don't know if that's good or not. Like Demonic Great Generals. I don't even think I was even recruited by the. I wasn't even in the. I got 200 medals. Let's see what I can get in the medal shop. So yeah, pretty much the Great War is just an excuse to have huge battles, 20 versus 20, in case you're wondering. And to get as high a score as possible, and that score gets turned into medals, which, since I got score 200, I got 200 medals. So I want to see what I can get. I don't think I'm going to be able to get much of anything. Oh, no, never mind. Oh. Aha. Anyways, in case you guys are wondering why I'm gawking at this, is like 200 medals, I could get this. And as you probably noticed, I actually have her, technically. The funny thing, she's actually this. I can't really. What the heck? What is this version? Like, I know what this version is because, okay, basically in the manga, this character, and in this game, because this character does get shown in the game, they just call her Redhead, basically. She literally never says her name. They hardly ever say the names of any of the characters. Names of any of the characters in the manga, pretty much. Aside from, like, the main character is 2 friends and a couple other goblins. You really don't find out the names of most of them until like much later on in the manga, but I have yet to figure out what this chick's name is. I'm guessing this is what her name is, but I honestly don't know. In fact, even in this game they refer to her as Redhead in the story dialogue, but they call her this in the when it comes to the unit. So I have a regular rare version of her. So I could either... But this is interesting because there's 3 different versions of her. I'd say these 2 are kind of character spoilers. This one more than this one, because this one is actually in the manga of the current English translation. This one is not. At least as far as I'm aware, unless they came out with the next volume already. But... so yeah, and considering that she's a melee character, I'm guessing she became a paladin or something? I don't know. I really don't know, but apparently I could get 2 of her and then have then not only would I have 2 powerful units, but I could use one to enhance the other to get the max level up to 75, because you need to do it twice in order to get them up to where you want them to be. So basically I can get 2 of these, I can get 1 of these, or I could just get this one and enhance my current one, but I kind of want to get a new character, to be honest. Decisions. But yeah, I can't get anything higher than that, unfortunately. Sage from an unknown land, never heard of that guy. Or the magic gunman from another world. Okay then. I'm gonna say that's probably something to do with the manga. But yeah, I can, let's see, or I can get equipment. I'd probably not recommend like spending the medals on equipment, in all honesty, because, well, even though the equipment is probably decently good, it's just that the equipment is just very, very limited, and you can find out the recipes for a lot of stuff and craft those anyway, so it's not really a big deal. As far as I'm aware, I'm a noob at this, okay, so... Forearms, bear fur. There's a bear with 4 arms in this game? That sounds scary. And materials... Tome of Fire Magic. In case you're wondering, if you actually eat these, it helps with requirements towards other evolutions later on. So I can get 3,000 gold apparently for 10 medals. That's not bad, actually. I don't know what food is used for. Like, they keep saying that food is for survival in this game, but I have yet to see it get used for anything. I see gold get used a lot, but not food. So I find that really weird. Maybe food does something that I'm not aware of, but I don't know. Okay, let's see. I'm going to get 2 of these. That's what I'm going to do. And even if I don't use them to enhance, and don't use the enhancement to boost the level for a while, I can just keep them in my roster because they'll help me out quite a bit when the next war comes around, so I'll probably... Oh. Okay. That looks awesome. I was not expecting that. I can still get stronger. Yeah, I have no doubt about that. Okay, she's not a paladin, I'm pretty sure, given the fact that in the manga she got this job which changed her biology to the point where she had to eat monsters in order to survive, or she would go basically have an allergic reaction that was lethal. So that's cool. I'm gonna grab 2 of these. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, so yeah. Basically, what I guess this is kind of a spoiler, but I'm not it's not like I'm gonna say when exactly it happens. But basically, she starts out like this. She eats monster meat and becomes this. I'm guessing she becomes like the third one down sometime later on, which is interesting because this right here is this one is a job shift from what she was, where she started. Actually, I kind of like her blue eyes, so it's kind of sad to really see her eyes just get turned red because of the monster, because of the monster meat and all that. So yeah. Anyways, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and end this here. Sorry for my indecisiveness on that. So yeah. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and remember to feed the trolls. Hey guys, if you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and remember to feed the trolls.